بزعل.
نو يونانيسا نو يونانيسا أوروبا أوروبا بس.
Bunlar insaniyet yok bunlarda. Siviller de ölüyor, çocuklar da ölüyor, herkes de ölüyor.
Şu anda
We are now at Turkey's Pazarkule border gate. Thousands of asylum seekers are waiting here. Greek border police is violently pushing them back.
Greek soldiers fired at us.
Thousands of asylum seekers are fleeing the war and heading to Europe in the pursuit of a better life. They're waiting at the border in Turkey's northwestern province of Edirne to cross to Europe.
Şu anda Türkiye ve Yunanistan.
We are now at the buffer zone between the Turkey-Greece border. Thousands of asylum seekers fleeing the war are waiting for the border gate to open.
With the flicker of a hope still alive in their hearts, the asylum seekers wait, braving the harsh weather and hunger. Greek police respond with harsh measures. Despite getting injured by plastic bullets, tear gas and water cannons, the asylum seekers don't give up. This inhuman treatment pictures Europe's conscience.
I managed to cross to Europe yesterday. Greek soldiers got us. We were 400 people. We were all beaten.
Onlarda hepsinin dayaklarda çocuk vardı. Ayakkabıların patladı.
They even removed the shoelaces, hit us in the head with stone batons and sent us back.
Geri götürdü.
Asylum seekers try to cross to Europe by sea and land. Migrants who choose the land route are stopped by barricades with barbed wire fences. Others try to cross border through Metik River by inflatable boats.
Go now, okay, go.
Despite the tough measures by Greek police, more than 100,000 asylum seekers have left Turkey. The asylum seekers are not only Syrians but also Afghans. But why did Turkey let them head to Europe? Turkey opened its borders to nearly 4 million civilians since the start of the Syrian civil war. It is hosting hundreds of thousands of others in refugee camps at the border. Turkey gives temporary protected status to Syrians in the country. But due to the recent escalation in Syria's Idlib province, Turkey could face another refugee wave. Idlib, which is incessantly being bombed by Russian and Syrian regime forces, hosts around 4 million civilians. Nearly 2 million of them have already moved near the Turkish border.
Sadece
We are already hosting 3.7 million Syrians. We are not in a position to handle a new refugee wave. Also, leaving the people of Idlib to the mercy of the regime fits neither our history nor our culture or our belief.
ne kültürümüze ne inancımıza sığar.
Turkey has been warning the international community for months against a new refugee wave, but Europe closed its gates.
Yeni göç akımlarıyla birlikte sığınmacıların
We respect the wishes of some refugees to leave Turkey for third countries. We do not want to keep anyone in Turkey by force.
kimseyi zorla Türkiye'de tutma yükümlülüğümüz de yoktur.
Turkey was left with no option but to let willing Syrians leave for Europe. This means those who want to stay, and those who want to leave can leave.
Bu insanlar gitmek istiyorlarsa
These people actually want to go, but Turkey was implementing an agreement so as not to put them in harm's way in return for EU support. But Turkey won't stop them anymore because the EU didn't keep its promises.
sözlerini tutmadığı için bu insanlara artık engel olunmuyor.
On March 18, 2016, Turkey and the EU signed an agreement on migration flow. But Turkey accuses the EU of not keeping its promises. For instance, the EU has not fully transferred the promised 6 billion euros in financial assistance to Turkish government. Matters such as visa-free travel for Turkish citizens have yet to come into effect. Turkey is working actively at all fronts to prevent a new migration wave in Idlib. International community does not support Turkey enough. Turkey was left alone in its attempt to establish a safe zone in Syria for refugees.
Şu an Esed
Currently, there is only one actor who fought against Assad's massacre and the war crimes committed against its own people, which were all recorded by UN committees, and that is Turkey.
var şu an. Tek bir aktör, bu da Türkiye.
Humanitarian crisis continues in Syria's Idlib, where 4 million civilians are struggling to live, and Europe could face a new refugee wave as it shies away from shouldering the responsibility of the refugee crisis and the situation in Idlib.
Şu an
Syrians, Afghans, and other asylum seekers who are now on the roads are reminding the world of their responsibilities. Because if they are not, the EU will continue to bury its head in the sand.
şunu kuma gömüyor.